aircraft was at the assigned spot in time and distance. On Red Wing also, a research and development air crew accomplished the first delivery of a megaton bomb by a B-52 bomber. During the hardtack operation in 1958, the B-52 participated in 14 missions without blast or thermal damage. Significantly, the bulk of these missions were oriented to produce side-loading effects to determine the B-52's capability for multiple delivery strikes, where blast and thermal loads could be received at any angle from weapons delivered by other aircraft. Throughout the period of atomic testing, the hazard of nuclear radiation peculiar to fission and fusion weapons received a great deal of attention. Since delivery aircraft need to be concerned only with the nuclear cloud aspect of radiation, this report will be limited to the cloud studies. In the earlier operations, drone aircraft penetrations established safe parameters for the manned fly-throughs during Operation Teapot in 1955, when Air Force pilots flew T-33s through atomic clouds over Nevada 17 minutes after the burst. The first megaton cloud penetration study was made in 1956 on Operation Red Wing. Manned B-57s made 27 fly-throughs, the earliest 20 minutes after detonation. These test results formed the basis for the safe separation times listed in the EWO. Additional penetrations by B-57s during the 1958 hardtack operation verified the Red Wing conclusions. Throughout the years of nuclear testing, field operations were closely tied in with laboratory and aircraft plant activity. To gain vital time, much of the effects experimentation was first simulated in the plant workshops and research facilities before proof testing in the field. After each operation, findings were checked and cross-checked. Data on yields and distances from the bursts were projected into effects measurements on untried weapon yields, with results verified on ensuing operations. As experience and data were accumulated and methods were perfected, laboratory predictions became increasingly accurate. Thus, from the often lighted crucible of atomic test fire and attendant laboratory work were collected a substantial array of results utilized to influence the planning of a safe route for you beyond the HHCL. This route planning, in turn, stems from a complex target assignment undertaking which began long before SAC headquarters issued its current EWO with your sortie number in it. When high-level target agreement has been reached, the Joint Chiefs of Staff assign SAC headquarters its quota of targets. Both targets and priorities are determined by national policy and the latest intelligence information. Shortly thereafter, the combat planners from the numbered air forces descend on Offutt Air Force Base to work out the target area allocations for each tactical unit. IBM computing units are utilized to work out this distribution, taking into consideration such factors as base location, type of aircraft, geographical area, and target priority. The next step, sortie-by-sortie detailed planning, is held at each numbered Air Force headquarters with representatives from each wing. While these men shape up the numerous requirements for each mission for the next EWO, they are fully aware that close by, in the command post, communications links to SAC headquarters and its worldwide network are under ceaseless scrutiny for the signal to execute the existing EWO. In the planning conference, each sortie is ground flown from takeoff to landing, its route dovetailing with that of every other mission. The nuclear test results are now applied to provide safe separation from other targets, as well as time separation from other detonations within target complex areas. The planners route you to obtain distance separation, or on rare occasions, change takeoff times to provide timing separation between bursts.
Well, how's it going? Sortie 1 is okay with the separation criteria that you've given to me. He can avoid this DGZ by braking right after the target. We do have a problem with Sortie 2, however. He can avoid these DGZs by braking left, but my performance engineer tells me that he will be out of fuel prior to reaching the post-strike base. We've got to take him through this area somehow.
Yes, I remember this complex. As I recall, this is the last bomb down for option 1. We'll have to keep track of the timing on this to make sure that it doesn't change in other options. Well, let's go over to my desk and check this out.
When all sortie planning throughout SAC is completed, the results are run through SAC headquarters IBM Center for a cross-check. It is during this runoff that precise weapon effects criteria and timing of all sorties are compared. Conflicts resulting from timing compression into the various launch options are adjusted. The final IBM runoff of the Annex F of the new EWO contains the exact target times for all launch options. The new EWO is now ready for adoption. In films such as you are now viewing, as well as through specific briefings given you from time to time, you have been given an indication of how nuclear detonation effects concern you, the air crewman. For more detailed study, SAC's directives and manuals make this material available to you in various forms. All in all, the factors involved form an overwhelming mass of facts and figures. You cannot be expected to remember all the details, particularly beyond the HHCL, when you will be totally absorbed with the immediate pressing duties associated with your aircraft. So, it is reassuring to know that the documents in your combat mission folder stowed aboard your aircraft represent solid results based on countless man-hours of work done for you by the EWO planning personnel. For one never knows when.
Navigator, this is Pilot. Haven't we about reached the turnaround point? I'm about ready to head home.
Good timing. All set to change heading to standby 1. Something's coming in.
Sky King, this is Migrate. This is Migrate. Do not answer. Do not answer. Break. Break. Alpha Sierra Foxtrot. Bravo Juliet Oscar. Papa Mike Tango. Break. Go code. EW, check that authentication.
Pilot, this is EW. It checks.
We've received the gold code. Check your envelopes. Pilot to crew. We've checked the gold code and verified it. This is it. We're going in.
So you bore in past the HHCL. All 6 of you wrapped in this metal cocoon like a submarine crew beneath the sea. For the next few hours, except for the pilot's glimpse of the passing countryside during low-level operation, your only contact with the world outside will be a sporadic wink of light, followed by a sharp jolt. On Crossroads, a modest beginning was made when the Navy placed instrumented aircraft and separate components aboard its test ships in Bikini Lagoon. The kiloton yield Able and Baker shots provided only a smattering of blast and nuclear radiation data.